All right, boys and girls, welcome to Mill Creek and very low water conditions. Coming up here today to maybe try something new, but mostly just for information. So I've never really been up here except for the couple times that I fished this in the spring, and can't really fish an awful lot this time of year yet. Water temperature this morning is around 65, so we can fish, but you know, you need water. So what I like to do, you know, early fall, in the summer when you can actually get in the water, you know, is come out in these low water conditions and kind of do some mapping. Water is crystal clear. You can see everything, which means the fish can see everything. But we got kind of a overcast day. I thought this would be a good chance to come out and see if I can see anything in the water. But I like to get into these deeper holes when the water's real low, because when it's at fishable levels, you're probably looking another 1.5 feet on top of this that would be considered normal. And you never, at that level, never get to see the dynamics of, you know, what we have up here, which is you know, the residents have built some structure alongside, and you know, they maintain this up here from what I can tell, and it just creates some real nice holes, but you can never tell what's at the bottom, and at least I haven't been able to the few times that I've been up here during regular levels. So to come up when the water's low, you can come check this out and kind of get an idea, if you can remember where you caught fish, you know, just get an idea on where these fish might be holding. I know, like from this spot, I probably caught, I don't know, half a dozen fish in this 10 or 15 foot drift. Take a mark. You know, you got a tree right here, so you know if you stand on this tree, I got a bigger rock up there about the 1 o'clock position. I got a deeper rock right here, but still going to change the flow around it. And you just keep that mental note on where those fish are. It looks like right in front of this tree, this is the deepest part of this run. And I know there's fish in here, and it's just a matter of you know, kind of learning the stream. I don't know if I'm going to find deep enough water here or not, but yeah, I want to do some like underwater mapping. I got a light that I'm going to attach to my GoPro, and I'm going to walk up through some of these holes and kind of do, you know, some film work underwater. There's a try to do this earlier in the year. I picked a night that you know, was kind of dark. I was out there about 6-7 o'clock. I was going to try to run a mouse through some of the deeper water down on the Little Hannah, and you know, it was a hot day. I thought, what the hell, I'm getting in the creek. So without the light, it was kind of difficult to see, but it is a cool perspective. So I got a really deep hole down here below me that I think we're going to try that out, and I'm just kind of taking my time, standing still, take a couple steps, and I am seeing some fish in there. Most of these are natives, not the biggest, you know, that 10-12 inch size. But on my way down the creek, I did scare up a big fish out of one of the deeper runs up above here. So we're gonna give us a shot and maybe get a line wet in the process. But definitely we're gonna look at this hole down here to see if we can do some mapping and give you kind of a cool perspective of what we're looking at. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good spot right there that you never would know unless you came up here when the water was low. That just looks like this through here, maybe 6 inches deep, but right in front of that rock there's probably at least a person-sized depression in there that's about 2 feet deep. I just stepped into it and almost fell over. That's a good marker for when you come up here and have some better water levels. This is a nice area here too. We got 2 big rocks, and down here easily 8 to 10 feet. That's probably about 1.5 feet deep right now. So normally that would be holding fish. Yeah, if you look down here below us, you can see that these residents on this creek are obviously putting some time in here. They got one little partial jack dam right here, and then we got a drop off that's easily 1.5 feet right now. Always pull fish out of that hole. I don't see anything in here, but those natives are wily. Okay, so this is the drop I was saying. Looks like we got, some wooden logs. What other kind of logs would they be? We have some logs in here that residents have stacked up some bigger stones. But right here, I got a big stone with a huge depression under it. Got fish there. We got a big stone up here below the falls that creates a nice cushion when the water's coming off over those rocks. Oh, I see a fish in there. Moving around too much. But yeah, beautiful piece of stream here, and thank you to the people that live here for maintaining this. We just had a cottage in Bedford, and when we were out there over the summer, that's pretty much all we ever did, was get in the creek and build up some of these relief areas for the fish. Okay guys, what we're going to do here, we're going to get in the bottom of this hole, and we're going to work our way up. Hopefully we can get enough light and maybe learn something. Alright, here we go. I'm going to walk up right behind this rock. This is a nice little depression here. I try to keep this on the bottom for you. And what I want to see with the particulates in the water, if we can see what the fish sees when they're sitting in a holding area like this, back behind the rock, what this looks like, and when we get out here into the flow, I wonder if we can see the difference there. So we're going to be testing that out as we walk up in here to the deepest part of this, which right now is only about maybe 2 feet deep. All right, here's where it's starting to get deeper. Normally the wash, I have this rock marked on the side right here, like where it's at on the dam. Right now I'm in the main flow. Here is the side cushion where the fish would sit. When I did this earlier in the summer, I actually caught some fish on film here. All right, this is the deepest part of the bowl. That rock over there, if you can see the edge of it, is another marker for me. And we're gonna walk right up the inside edge of this flow. Hard to hold the camera in it, actually. So that's what a fish is seeing. Hopefully. This is the edge of the flow where we would want to be drifting our stuff through. This is the main flow. I can barely keep that camera still. And here is the bulk of the bowl. As I walk up in here, I'm not even knee deep right now, but you can see up underneath these rocks how soft that water is. This is the flow. This is probably right here is where the soft pocket is. I got a stream coming in from, or a flow coming in from like 1 o'clock and a flow coming in around 11 o'clock. We're gonna walk ourselves right up in here. You can see the oxygenation, all of the bubbles that it's creating. This is probably the honey spot. See all that. See that there is room underneath of these logs. We've tucked into some of these spots. I'm just going to sit here and watch some of this for a second. Yeah, it looks like fish get the whole way up under there. Definitely seems to be the best spot to show our experiment. Alright, here's the soft water. Okay, I am sitting on the bottom. This is the flow. Hopefully you can see particulates and things like that. That's on the edge. All right, we're gonna go up to the next spot, see what we can see. So pretty. Look at these native browns. Just beautiful, huh? Okay guys, we'll get in at the bottom of this hole and walk our way up. Maybe we can see some fish if I'm slow enough and careful enough. Alright, here we go. Now we're not going to be able to see too much as far as structure in this hole, but this is at the very bottom of the hole. Got these two sloped rocks, so we're going to get a soft spot behind it, soft spot in front of it. Gonna try to move as close as we can here. This is the heart of the hole, and I'm probably thigh deep standing in this. Normally this is well above your waist, kind of hard to get down in it because the water moves so fast through here. It's hard to get something down at the bottom. I'm gonna raise my waders up. Okay, here we go. Here's the edge on the right over here. You can see how steep it is. So it gets really dug out. These rocks are right in the heart of the run. Here we got a big stump that'll probably get blown out of here in the spring. All of these little rocks creating those tiny little holding areas. I'm just going to go right up through the middle of this. See these rocks? There's a fish sitting right there. Big rocks. All of these little hidey holes for the trout. Got a big rock right here in the middle. All kinds of places for fish to hide in there. I never would have known that's at the bottom of this hole. But you mark it against a tree. Kind of got an idea of where they might be sitting regardless of where the water levels are. Gonna work our way over on the other side here. There's probably half a dozen of my flies in here. And this is probably the deepest part where I'm standing. It's up over my waist now. So even in the summer, you know this is going to hold fish. Got this huge rock right on the corner. A hole right here that they can sit in. But you get up over in here and lots of room in there. That's another stump that was washed up in here. It'll get blown out. Up in here, I know it gets really hard to get down because, whoa, I can't get out of this hole. This is like where it hits the turn and starts moving. Oh, there must have been a fish over there. Something kicked out. But the fastest part of the flow, this would be the edge. This is the flow. And we just work our way up in here to see these little spots that, you know, can be holding fish.